to the Small Business Network Show. Welcome to Dr. James Small Business Show. Yeah, welcome to the Small Business Network Show. Welcome to Dr. James Small Business Show. Yeah, welcome to the Small Business Network Show. Welcome to Dr. James Small Business Show. Yeah,
Arlington, Texas. Dr. James Small Business Network with co-hosts Brittany Wise and Carol Harper Poe. Miss Brittany Wise is out today and she'll be back next week. In her place is Miss Doris Atkins. How you doing, Miss Doris?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome. How you doing, Miss Carol?
I'm good, Dr. James. How are you?
Awesome, awesome. And our expert practitioner, Carla Murphy. How are you doing, Miss Carla?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Doing pretty good, pretty good. We have guests on here. We have Miss Chantrice, and hope I'm saying it right, Miss Lachey, right?
Yes. How
Awesome.
you doing, Dr. James?
Doing pretty good, pretty good. How's the weather out here? It's nice and sunny here. It's like 72 degrees.
It's raining.
Oh,
Real
it's
cool.
raining. Oh man, I hate that.
Not
I
your
hate that.
typical Buffalo
Well,
weather.
well, Miss Carla, how is it out there? Is it 60 degrees or less, more? What is it?
It's less than 60.
Oh man, so it's kind of cold, huh?
Yeah, it's 49 degrees here with rain.
Well, 49 is not too bad. Not for Buffalo. That's it's normally 20 degrees there, right?
Yeah, it's not your typical Buffalo weather today, so we're grateful.
That's what I'm talking about. That's awesome. Well, we're getting ready to get into our first topic, which is astronomy.
All righty then. So, since Dr. James, this is your favorite topic, we're going to get into your astronomy talk, and we're going to ask you today, how is a black hole, and how is it formed, and what the black matter is. So, we're just going to let you hit all of that, and we're going to go with that.
Okay, so a black hole is formed when a star goes supernova, and supernova is when a star explodes. And so when the star is so massive to where it explodes, and it's so massive to where it falls upon itself, and it develops a black hole. And so the black hole is that's one of the ways that it's formed. One of the main ways, really, of how it's formed is when a massive star implodes
Okay.
and explodes.
All right. When I read the question about being a black hole, I thought of a quicksand. Remember, like a quicksand
Right,
back in the day in
right,
the country time.
right. I
The
got you.
black hole, it sunks you down. So, tell us about a little bit about what a black matter is.
Okay, so when you go into outer space, you know how it's black.
Mm-hmm.
It's all black, and so that is black matter, and that's a certain kind of energy,
Okay.
where our universe is expanding. Believe it or not,
Okay.
we're expanding. We're not decreasing; it's expanding, and it's because of black matter. And the
Okay.
black matter is an energy that uh, is the reason why the sun stays in place. That and
Okay.
gravity and certain things like that. So That's what black matter is. And of course, yes, I do love astronomy.
Yes, yes, yes. So we're gonna talk a little bit about switch a little gears here about social media.
Okay.
We're gonna hit a little topic and it's how to become a social media manager.
Okay, so if you want to be a social media manager, what you need to be able to do is understand how to market, how to advertise, how to promote.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know how to do those things, then you'll be able to help a person on social media to be able to manage their ads and their everyday content,
Mm-hmm.
video, um, articles, so on and so forth. So it all depends on if you desire that. But if you want to manage other people's accounts, you just need to know how to advertise, promote, and market.
Oh, okay. Sounds great. So, I'm very curious about this topic. What is organic traffic?
Okay, so organic traffic is the traffic that you get when you're doing stuff free.
Okay.
Obviously, when you're paying for ads, those are paid ads. When you're posting stuff, and if you get a customer to say hello and you're able to talk to them, and
Mm-hmm.
it turns into a customer or lead, that's organic traffic. And so
Okay.
if you understand how to use that, that is very powerful. That should work in congruency with paid ads. If you only
Mm-hmm.
do organic traffic and want to do it free all the time, then you have to do certain things to really make it work. And if you're not
Mm-hmm.
doing those things, it's kind of you get a customer here or there, but it's not a serious thing really.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So our next topic, we're going to get into goals in 2020 about writing.
Okay, well, Miss Carol,
Yes,
I'd
ma'am.
like to ask you, um, goals in 2020 about writing, remembering 2020. Tell me about remembering 2020.
Well, remembering 2020, 2020 started basically with a lot of writing, a lot of perseverance, a lot of understanding of the way this thing worked with owning your own business. Because when I got into the business of publishing company, I didn't know anything about it. I just dig deep into it, and I did a lot of research, but you really don't really get it until you start marketing, until you start having people skills, until you start communicating with people, st- start making money, start putting your business out there. So, about writing, remembering 2020, it's like when I wrote the book this month, Spiritual Warfare, Salvation in the Word. Also, this month, Spiritual Warfare, Deliverance in the Word. And in 2018, The Life That Overcame the Damaged Life. Um, Actually, this year. And the story of a misfortune and hardship this year. The Whacking Mule this year. So it goes on and on. Justice for All, Equality this year. And it goes, I Am Volume 1 and I Am Volume 2 this year. And then it goes back into the previous years, 2019. So basically, I did a total of about 7, 8 books this year.
Wow,
So
That's awesome.
congratulations. Yes.
this
That's awesome.
year, this
How
year,
sweet it is.
how
Very
sweet it is.
impressive.
So basically, remembering 2020, the long perseverance, the long putting the long hours in, not sleeping, not resting. So basically, that's remembering.
Okay. Well, good, bad, and the ugly, I'm pressing onward into 2021. Tell me
Okay.
about that.
Okay. Well, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm thinking about, uh, like I said, the long hours. Uh, the good thing about my business is I'm able to own a business because most people don't have a business. But it's just not about owning the business. It's about how you line up your business. What is your goal? What is your why? Why is you into? Are you in for people or and stuff like that? The bad is not coming through with a project. That's the bad.
Mm-hmm.
And the ugly is piggybacking off what I just said, not coming through with uh, your business and what your goals was.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Um, Topic 2, YouTube information.
Well, quick, I'm gonna make it quickly. My YouTube information is Carol's Publishing Company videos. I have videos up and running about. I think I counted about 13, and some still coming. And you can search Carol's Publishing Company on YouTube.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. Topic 3, 2021 highlights. Where, when, and how.
Well, where we still gonna be here by God's grace on this earth by His mercy. So where is my goal in 2021? Well, actually, the end of this year, my goal is to have 20 books published. I'm working on number 20 right now at the end of this year. And 21 goal is to have 21 books plus the 20 written. And when, of course, 2021. And how, it got to get done. So y'all got to put me on the carpet. I put it out there on blast, so y'all got to make sure that I get it done.
Okay.
That's
all right.
awesome. Absolutely
Yes.
awesome. Our next thing we want to talk about is early entrepreneurship. Miss Doris, what does a new entrepreneur need to focus on?
Basically, the why, the purpose of what they're doing. You need to focus on your audience, who you're speaking to, those things.
Okay. And what should a new entrepreneur consider when starting?
There's several things that a new entrepreneur should consider when starting a business. You have to look at, like what Ms. Carroll said, you have to look at what you got to put in. You've got to put in time. You've got to put in research. You've got to know, again, who your market is, what your budget is. You've got to have a schedule, a structure of how things are going to go so that you'll know when you're off task.
Okay.
So you need a schedule.
Awesome. Miss Carla, in your eyes, what does a new entrepreneur need to focus on? What do you think?
I think a new entrepreneur needs to focus on their vision, the purpose, and all of the things that have been aforementioned. And they need to focus on reaching the end goal. And so once they get their target audience and once they see there's a need in the market, then that's where their focus should lie.
Awesome, awesome. So let's kind of touch on nonprofit versus for-profit. Ms. Doris, what is a nonprofit organization?
A nonprofit organization is how can I put this? It's an organization that has a purpose, it has a why.
Yes.
But they're looking to help more than to gain the resources, the retail dollar for it. And also with a nonprofit versus a profit organization, you're accountable for your money, either way it goes.
Yes, ma'am.
But with a nonprofit, you have officers and other organizations that you need to report to. So you have to be very strategic with the money.
Okay.
I mean, because everybody's looking,
Absolutely.
and your books are open.
And see, I personally have a nonprofit in the Louisiana area. It's geared toward real estate. And so exactly what you're saying, when you have property, you have to pay property taxes every year. So what I tend to do is put a certain amount of those into my nonprofit, and I'm tax exempt. And of course, I'm not doing anything with them while they're there. And then by the time I'm ready to start doing something with them, then obviously I may take them out sooner or later and turn them into for-profit. So I know exactly what you mean by that. So what is for-profit?
Again, a for-profit is to gain money. It's to make money for the individual, and they don't. Either way it go, you got to dot your I's and cross your T's.
Absolutely.
But for-profit is just for that. We're out here to make a dollar.
There you go.
Okay. Ms. Carroll, as far as that topic, for-profit, you have anything that you'd like to add to
Well,
that?
actually, the same thing Miss Doris said. You want to make money off it. Whatever you're selling, whatever you're putting out there, you're trying to get some kind of resources or income off of it to make a profit,
Right.
an extra profit or whatever.
Absolutely. Miss Carla, I know that you're with a church, and do you know anything about that as it relates to your church?
Well, the church is a not-for-profit organization for the most part. At times, they may do fundraising, and that's how they get increase and through in-kind donations. However, with for-profit, when I think about for-profit, in my mind, I think it's not a hobby, but it is to make money. So I agree with the other ladies.
I love it. Huge. Love it. All right. Well, we're going to get into wedding planning with Miss Chantrice, and we're going to talk about that next.
Hello, how are you? I am Dr. James McConnell, founder and CEO of MBC Global Enterprises. From today all the way through Halloween, October 31st, we are writing articles about people and their businesses. This article does not cost you a thing. We want to be able to help businesses grow and prosper. These articles will go on our social media pages, our business pages, and so forth to help you get more exposure and business for your business. So we're definitely looking forward to it. You'll also have an opportunity to do other things to grow your business, as far as get more customers, more leads, more profits, more exposure. You'll have ample opportunity to do other things. But the article about you and your business does not cost you anything. It is on us. So give us a call at 469-765-5327 and either text "I want it" or just ask about the opportunity. Again, the phone number is 469-765-5327 and either text "I want it" or call about the opportunity. Operators will be waiting. Have a
on that beat. Oh.
Want to think I have you, but I don't like to lie. So I lie here while you lie to her. Want to think you have me, 'cause you don't like to lose. But you lose me like they always do. Think I know you better to forget her. Certain people made for running. Think I need you more than let you know I'm bored, and tell me this means more than nothing. All you see is black roses. Could have been, but that's hoping. No, I asked for something more than yours. All you see is black roses. Could have been, but that's hoping. Don't ask for something more than yours. All you see is black roses. Want to think I love you, but I just love the lie. And I lie here while you lie to her. Think I know you better to forget her. Certain people made for running. Think I need you more than let you know I'm bored, and tell me this means more than nothing. All you see is black roses. Could have been, but that's hoping.
Arlington, Texas, Globe Life Park, Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network. We are back. Topic wedding planning. And we're talking to Miss Chantrice Green. How are you doing, Miss Chantrice?
Good yourself, Dr. James. How are you?
Awesome, awesome. So, what challenges have you faced with weddings in the past, and how did you deal with them?
Um, Anybody knows we're dealing with people, communities, and stuff. There's always some challenges with weddings. The main thing is time management. Getting people to show up on time, whether it's the wedding party or the vendors. So the things that I do is I set a time, like maybe an hour or two before the event will start. Um, and with that, just keep constantly checking on individuals, make sure um, they show up on time.
Okay, okay. So, as far as them showing up on time, because uh, I've kind of been a part of some wedding planning type of things into the past, and you're right, showing up on time. But how about the ones that do show up on time? How about the early birds? How do you, how do you deal with the early birds if you're not quite quite ready for them yet?
um, Try to find some kind of entertainment, reassuring that things is running smoothly. So basically, just interacting with the um, early people so they can
Awesome,
feel relaxed and comfortable.
sweet. That's sweet. So, can you plan a successful wedding without a wedding planner?
You can, but it's going to be more stressful. So you would need a wedding planner to relieve that stress from you. By planning yourself, it's like having a second job. So it takes more, a lot more into details than people realize.
I love it. I love it. So, for anyone that's trying to reach you for a to be a wedding planner, why don't you tell the listeners and viewers your name, number, and where to reach you, your email or website?
My name is Chantrice Green. I run a company with my husband. Um, half and half. It's called Half and Half Productions. You can reach me at Half and Half Productions at yahoo.com, or you could call me at 716-446-9332.
Awesome, awesome.
And I'm located in Buffalo, New York.
How sweet it is, Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo.
So let's talk about event planning. Name some common challenges event planners face.
Some common challenges event planners may face is finding a venue that fits the customer, or whether it's the location, whether it's dealing with the dates not being right for them, or the budget.
Okay, I Miss Chantrice, I was once in a wedding, and it's been about 5 years ago, and I had to um buy the dress and get prepared and go to practice and all of that. I mean, being as a wedding planner, I know, and I know the answer to this, but I just want you to elaborate to the audience, the listeners. I know that you have people that's like Dr. James. You guys had already talked about straddling and not there, don't have this, didn't have their dress, didn't have their shoes, or didn't have this. So tell me what did the bride, uh, 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 what's the word what was the end result of that? Did she allow them to piggyback or make her late, or did she ask them to be removed, or what? Because we had issues like that. So the people that didn't get their stuff, they didn't no longer, they couldn't be in the wedding. Tell me something. Have you guys ran into anything like that?
All the time. What I do is, as far as when I meet with, after I meet with the bride and groom, and then we meet with the wedding party, I tell them from that day on to relieve the stress from the bride and groom, everything will go through me. So if they have any questions about where to go get the dress, or if they can't pick the dress up or anything like that, they will give me a call, and myself or my staff will go and make sure they have everything they need.
Describe your most successful event planning experience.
Oh, my most successful. I have so many, so many. My main thing is just making my clients happy, put a smile on their face, knowing that everything that we did, they loved, they enjoyed, by them spreading the news and giving me more customers and stuff. I could say when we did a Thanksgiving dinner for the seniors, it was very successful. It was maybe 150 people. We also, within the wedding and event planning, we also cater and we do DJing, so we do entertainment as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, give us more. I mean, I heard you say that you have a lot of them. Give me some more. Give me a couple of more experiences uh, that was successful that you think of.
We do like birthday parties, which when you're dealing with out in the public, you might have a lot of different challenges and stuff because you're not in control of who shows up, so you want to provide a good service for everybody, no matter who they are, if you know them or you don't know them,
So,
you know,
how do you normally
just
reach your customers? Is it through ads in newspapers? Is it through social media? Is it both? Are you serving the local area? Are you trying to expand? What?
um, right now it's like word of mouth. We have stuff that we do on social media. Um, but basically our clients is through social media and family and just getting the word around.
Got you, got you. Well, I'm gonna have something for you and Miss Lachey later that I think you guys are really like. That's gonna help your business. I think that you're gonna absolutely love it, really. And so I can't wait to let you guys, hear what I have to say. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about balancing weekly schedules. We're gonna talk to Miss Lachey Green Thomas, and we're gonna talk about that next.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for staying tuned to the Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network. We're definitely looking forward to helping all you business owners out there, all you entrepreneurs get to another level. We help people get more customers, more leads, more profits, all that good stuff. We built a platform called MBC's List. You've heard of Angie's List. You've heard of Craigslist. Well, this is a 4-tier platform that has never been done before on the planet. Not only is it an online business directory, it is a classified to post your business and to post everything about your business. And you can also sell items. You can put your services in the classified, and it will show up on the home page without anyone going to your website. They click on it, it'll go to your website. You'll be able to post your picture or your logo, your website, your phone number, so on and so forth. But this platform is also a networking platform. It is also a leveraged residual income platform to make more money. Awesome, right? I know you guys love that part of it. But it gives you other opportunities. I'm sure that you guys, you business owners, entrepreneurs, go get flyers and business cards and all that good stuff. Well, just by becoming a member of NBC's List, you will get 60% off a print from now on. Let me be clear about it. We have a nationwide account with Office Depot, and through me, NBC Global Enterprises, you will get 60% off of your business cards and prints from the time you join and the time. We are absolutely excited to help you guys get aboard. We have so many benefits that I haven't even brought up yet. So many benefits of being a member of NBC's List. We cannot wait to talk to you about this. Anyone ready? You can either email us at info@servicesatmbc.com. That's info@services@ spelled out atmbc.com, and let us know that you're interested. Or you can call us at 469-765-5327. Again, that's 469-765-5327. Operators will be waiting. sh.21. I am Dr. James, host of Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network, broadcasting live each week on Saturday at 1 p.m. from Fishbowl Radio Network studios at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. Log on to hear us talk about and feature small businesses and the life of a small business, the struggles, the triumphs, the daily operation, the grind of starting and running a small business. So be sure to log on each week on Saturday at 1 p.m. to catch Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network. Let's jump in.
Let's jump in. We are back. Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network, and we're featuring small businesses. We have up Lachey Green Thomas, balancing weekly schedules. Miss Green, how do you do it?
Good afternoon, Dr. James. My strategy with balancing life is God, family, work, and travel equals balance.
I love that. I love that. And so, can you elaborate on that? I know you said the topics, God, and it's the same thing here: God, family, business, work. But how do you do it though? How do you do it? How do you balance it?
Um, I balance it ensuring that I keep a schedule and keep things on schedule with knowing schedules are subject to change. Ensuring before my feet hit the ground, I'm praying, I'm reading the word, meditating for the day to give me a push. Asking God to set the atmosphere and open any doors that I'll walk through and be there, not be there when I come in. Be there when I come in. So meet me there. So if He's setting the atmosphere for me, being sure that family is taken care of, ensuring that, especially in the midst of a pandemic, my children's devices are charged up. Right now, as a wife, a mother, I'm in the pre-K, I'm in the first grade, I'm in the eighth grade, I'm also working, I'm a wife, and I'm also have to be the principal. It's a lot of work that goes into your day-to-day life, and having my husband there as well, and being a team, recognizing who's going to be the good guy, who's going to be the bad guy, and recognizing, all right, we need to pull back. We need some me time too now, so we need to wind down literally and just have a moment with self, and then ensuring that we get at least 2 adult trips in a year to just woosah and recharge.
Okay, I totally agree with that. I almost did a hallelujah jump
All
when you
right
said
now.
when you do the principal because I too have to do that. I have to play principal teacher and just get everything in order. How I do mine is I try to use my phone, use my wall calendar to place things, times. This needs to happen at that time. This needs to happen on this day. And as with school, I'm down there with my grandson and my nephew. So I have a third grader and a fourth grader that we are carefully monitoring what they do on schedule, as well as I have something what I call a subclass right after school, which we get into other things because my kids are LVA, they're doing virtual learning. I have to interact because they're missing the classroom, they're missing the interaction of the other kids.
Okay.
So I have to intervene by doing creative things at home
Okay.
as well so that we can keep that morale going. Like I say, I use my phone to try and schedule things. I write things on the board. Um, just keep things in order so we have a flow. And trust me, I've gotten off track, but a flow
Absolutely.
is so important. When you got that, then things move freely.
Right. So I'm going to piggyback off of that. I agree with everybody on the board. You have to have a plan. You have to stick with it, and you have to leave space for, I heard you guys say on the last show, hiccups. You have to have space for hiccups. You have, me personally, I put it on my phone, like you said. I put it on my alarm. I put it on my Google Planner. That reminds me. And sometimes I set like every 30 minutes if I need to do something or stop. And like you said, you do get off track. Everybody gets off track. That's why you have to have space for, this word is in me, hiccups. I like that word that they
That's
used
a good
last
word,
week, the
yes.
hiccups. Dr.
Okay.
James?
So how do I do it? The same thing. You have to do an agenda. every day an agenda and kind of what do you do first, second, third, fourth. That's how I do it. So, Miss Green Thomas, why do you do it?
I do it because it has to get done. I do it because I want to be able to show my children, that I want to leave a legacy and let them know that even when things get rough, you still go through. And it's not about going through; it's how you come out when you go through. So I do it to just let them know in life there's going to be obstacles. In life, you're going to be carrying a lot of hats or wearing a lot of hats and carrying a lot of luggage. But prioritize. I do it for inner peace. I do it for to move forward in life, and not only just for my children. I'm an advocate for children around, so I do it for them. I do it for my siblings, and letting them know, we can do it. We work better together, and ensuring that you again have that balance day to day.
How sweet it is, and I touche that. I do it because I have to do it. Otherwise, you won't have a business.
That's right.
So no excuses. If you don't do it, no business.
There you go.
Don't give excuses, or you're not gonna have one.
There you go.
So, traveling on a budget. Where do I start?
My favorite line is no excuses, only results. So just to piggyback off the excuses, especially with my children. But traveling on a budget, where do you start? You start off with giving yourself a budget. You start off with saving. Most people, especially if you are spiritual, you know all about tithing and giving your 10%, but a lot of them lack when tithing to themselves. And just like how you give to the storehouse and bring things into the house of God, you have to tithe to yourself. You want to take a lot in, but you don't want to deposit anything when it comes to self. So when you start with a plan. And with us approaching the new year, you can have a set amount that you put aside every day or every week or every month, and don't vary off of that. Stay on track with that, and then you think of your destination. Where do I want to go? So once you know you have your savings, the first thing I always say is buy your airfare, because once you got your airfare, you know you're going out. The wheels are off the ground. You have a seat. So if you want to be on the plane when it land, you have to be on the plane when it take off. So that's what I have for when do you start, or where do you start?
I just want to also, I left out my 14-year-old. I have a 14-year-old that's
Okay.
I tutor. But I agree with her, Miss Thomas Green. I'm sorry, Miss Green Thomas. I do agree with you on traveling with a budget. My thing is, where do I start? I start at the beginning. I start where, if I'm planning on going somewhere, I know where I'm going. So therefore, I'm looking for the location of where I'm going to be, the cost that it's going to cost me. We've got to have a place of lodging. I'll look for that where, and how I'm going to get around, the food, all the entertainment, everything goes into a budget, because if you don't, you can get somewhere and find yourself in a pickle, So you just start at the beginning and you count up the cost
Right.
of what what you're going to spend or what you expect to spend. Always, if you can have a little extra, that's great, but have at least the amount to get you through where you need to go.
Absolutely. So, Lachey, when do we start?
There's no better time than now to start now to travel. Last year, I took my family of 5. That's my husband and my 3 kids and myself, to a trip in Florida. Again, we're from Buffalo, New York, so I love and enjoy Florida, and I have 3 boys. So we flew to Florida for under $250 round trip. And that's not per person, that's all together.
Wait a minute.
And
wait
then
a
I
minute,
went on.
Wait a
Yes.
minute. Now, Ms.
Hook up,
Lachey,
girl.
I need you to tell me
Hook up.
what website do I need to go to get 250 round trip for 5 people? I need that
Come
now.
on now. Cough it up.
I'm listening.
And this is how do I do this is because I go on the search engines and I add the airlines. I'm friends with them on social media, and I find out when they have their sales. So I can find a ticket for $27 going to Orlando, Florida. I can go on Hotwire and find a car rental, and it's a Nissan Altima for under $5 a day. But again, it's about timing. I don't travel in high peak seasons. I don't travel during your Christmas. I don't travel during your New Year's or your spring break when everybody else is traveling on Thanksgiving. I travel kind of off the coast. So you will catch me traveling in the beginning of September, the end of August. I'll travel in February, the first 2 weeks of February. I'll travel around like your March, April, and then I'll pull back and wait my moment. So I cruises. I've been on 6 day cruises for under $200, and it's again prior planning. So if I know I want to cruise next year around September, I'm putting in my money now to pay for that cruise, and I'm getting on their payment plan. Also, I don't buy into timeshares. I do not own a timeshare. Timeshares, when you buy into that, you pay insurance, you pay mortgage, you pay maintenance fee yearly, and then when you get there, you pay a resort fee. I will go hear your spiel about your timeshare and get all your free stuff that you're going to give me until you know at the end of the day. Because once I'm done traveling, I want to be done with that bill. I don't want a bill hanging over my head. Yes, it's beautiful, but if you think about it, I'm paying for just 2 weeks out the year. If I'm lucky, I might get a month out the year. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go online and find people that's selling their timeshare or that's going to sell a week of their timeshare because they can't travel. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to pay $400 for 10 days in Aruba like I've done. I'm going to pay a round trip ticket and fly to London and like I've done and go to Paris and France for under $1,200 for 2 people round trip and get an Airbnb because you're selling your timeshare or because I found a great ticket by just looking at the search engines and finding out what airlines are flying out of Toronto into another country. I try to, again, do one destination travel that requires my passport a year as well because, again, it does not take all that, and it's not expensive at all when I tell you.
How sweet it is. How sweet it is. So I want to talk about influence, and I want to talk about this with Miss Carla Murphy. Miss Carla, what can you do to influence others?
Well, Dr. James, influence is the power to have an important effect on someone or something. If someone influences someone else, they are changing a person or a thing in an indirect but important way. So sometimes the person who influences another doesn't intend to have any effect, but sometimes they're using influence to benefit themselves. So when people feel like they've been heard, they're more open to be influenced. We have to take time to understand where others are coming from, both in what they are feeling and thinking. So influence is the ability to ask thoughtful, probing questions, which is essential both for understanding the other person's perspective and to subtly influence.
Why is influence so important?
Influence is the application of power to accomplish a specific purpose. So every time we try to affect how other people think, behave, or decide, we're trying to influence them. Sometimes a simple smile and a handshake are attempts to socialize and to form a connection to break down barriers. Influence creates an internal shift in a person's mindset. So internal commitment is gained independent of external consequences. And the world's most influential people don't merely change other people's behaviors, but they shift their mindset.
Oh, that is awesome. And so me on a personal level, uh, what can you do to influence others? One, lead by example. Be able to be decisive and show that what you do and say works. And why is it influence so important? Because if you're not influenced by someone that you're trying to get to, like if you're just focused on just one thing and not more than one thing, everyone that's trying to do something should always be influenced by someone that's positive, someone that's either doing great things or trying to do great things, and you should always be influenced. So I love that. That is absolutely awesome. So what I'd like to talk about now, though, is what we talked about a little earlier, where I told your 2 guests that I have something for them. So in both of your businesses, anyone that use your services from this moment on, and we love to have you here as a guest. So if you become a guest regular, you'll be able to use this monthly from now on, as long as we live. But for the next month, anyone that uses your services, you can offer them a $200 gift card that I will help you give to your customers. Again, from this moment to next month, same date, you're going to be able to give your customers a $200 gift card, complimentary from you and me, just because they use your services. So keep that in mind as you move forward. And whenever you have a customer and you're ready to use that, all you have to do is just let me know, okay?
Thank you.
You got it. So we're
Thank
at
you.
the end of this show. Thank you, guys. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, viewers. We're glad that you came, and we're looking forward to next week. You guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you next time.
Welcome to this morning's network show. Welcome to Dr. James.